As well as kind of the fact that it doesn't mitigate that damage, it lets you take that damage and then heals it back, means that Jormungand still works with it.
Exactly.
So very key little differences here.
Synergy.
Synergy. There's no snakes though.
That's right.
Madalan will be kicking it off with the Shadowcraft deck, and his alternate will be the Bloodcraft deck that we just looked at. Meanwhile, Baad is going to be relying on, once again, Atomy and Control Blood. We've seen Baad play a few times today, and let's see what Madalan has to offer here.
I'll tell you what, this is Baad's day, right? She gets to be featured pretty much all day today, so she's got to be high on that. And she's been cracking Atomy almost every single game. I feel like Baad's awesome, and I want to see more of Baad. So this is not a bad thing for me to see her play more. I like it.
Not a bad thing.
I
enjoy watching Baad as a player, but I definitely do not enjoy watching Control Blood. I will admit it. I think we all know that.
Right.
But
right.
you know. This is a matchup we've seen plenty of times, too. Control Blood versus Mid Shadow. There's not really much Mid Shadow can even do against this, so it's probably just going to be a slow grind. It depends on how Madalan plays, I'm sure, but...
Honestly, the biggest change for this matchup was losing the ambush follower that it had access to before. Again, I forget the name. I forget it every week now because nobody plays it anymore. Shadow Reaper.
Shadow Reaper?
It used to be it used to be a 2-play .1/1 that would just get bigger when all of your other followers died, which is exactly what you want it to be doing against a deck that has, as Envy would say, all just removal in it. So it gave you that avenue, it gave you that avenue along with cards like Phantom Howl and Cerberus to just push insane amounts of damage without being able to be dealt with. But of course, those things are now gone. So now Mid Shadow is a much later game deck, and of course, Control Blood being one of the best end game decks.
Exactly, and it's also not even just that Shadow Reaper. The same patch that nerfed Shadow Reaper also introduced Wonderland Dreams and gave us Scarlet Savoir. So that mid-range Bane access would have been great against Reaper, but, you know, we don't even need it because no one plays him.
That's true. Ooh, opts for a Diabolic Drain super early here. Not sure why. There's no reason, I think, in my mind to not just save it for next turn. Because there isn't a 5-play point spell next turn to come down for Baad, so...
Well, to be fair, there's not really much else for Baad to be doing, and to take damage off the board is fine. You have so much healing in a way, it probably doesn't matter. So, you know.
In a way, though, Diabolic Drain would have actually healed back to full if you just waited a turn on it. So maybe just trying to deny card draw at the very core of the idea there.
Finds Righteous Devil, and she'll still be in Vengeance to trigger that, so that's possibly multiple turns of healing for 4, so...
And actually, what I've been doing with Righteous Devils against Mid Shadow is just actually not evolving it. It makes it really hard to deal with. It becomes kind of like a Scarlet Savoir with more health, and it also drains, like, every single turn, so you don't have to evolve that card to make good use out of it anymore.
Right, they would have to get rid of it. I would also... imagine that's an extremely pressuring play unless the Shadow player is holding a Ceres. A Ceres Evolve could handle that, which Madalan is holding, so...
But the Ceres would die because of the Bane, so...
Right. Yep. Bane would trigger, that's true.
Blade Fiend, another new card from the new set. 5-play .35 with Ward. Necromancy 2, deal 2 damage to a random enemy follower if you use up your 2 shadows. Is really good, doesn't use a lot of shadows, is a big ward, which you kind of need these days.
Very, very good for mid-range, very mid-range defining card even as well. Along with Ceres, kind of like built the shell around these decks, so...
Right.
And the rest of this game is basically just telling the story of how long can it take for Baad to assemble multiple Bahamutes to wipe out Madalan's board enough times. And we actually see the Devil coming down with no evolve, just like you said.
Yep. It's a really pressuring play. Like, if you evolve into this, it feels bad. The only real play around this is Lurching Corpse with a removal spell, which Madalan does have, but with that Troth's Curse would actually just be doing a 2-for-1 to himself, which doesn't feel good either.
Mm-hmm. Those corpses are very important at killing Bahamut. since Shadow doesn't have much access to Bane. And here it is. This is the exact same interaction we just talked about. Series coming down, but it will Bane itself down to death, so...
And without the drain actually being relevant right now, this is a perfect play. Using an Evolve Orb out of your opponent and getting rid of the follower that did it. Very forward play.
Blood Moon converting into an Evolve Orb sounds pretty good to me. Ooh, Spawn of the Abyss drawn for Baad. That's a card that actually does something in Blood, so...
Are we going to see Mr. Full Moon on Belinus yet again?
I hope we do. I really do.
I wouldn't actually mind an Emeralda play here, just to hit for face and just have another target that needs to be evoed into, but you definitely don't need to make that play.
It looks like we have cameras back, both players frozen in anticipation at what their opponent will do.
That's right. Madalan looking very angry right now, I gotta say.
He looks very stoic to me. He looks like he looks like he's just considering every option he's got, knowing this matchup is bad. Evolving Emeralda, very aggressive. Going in for that 6.
I love the Evolve here. Reason I love the Evolve here is because I want this to get soul squashed. I want my opponent to not have shadows going into these later game turns. And this forces...
And it looks like Madalan goes for that immediately, not feeling like he's being baited. He thinks that's the better play, probably, so...
And then this just opens up Spawn of the Abyss to be played.
It does. You're right. Along with Revelation in hand, going into 8, Baad has the option to evolve Spawn over Revelation, so no ward can be played, and it would OTK Madalan at 13.
I like it.
This could be an insanely heads-up play.
Very well constructed game plan by Baad here. I like this.
It would be very against normal Blood gameplay to actually end the game before 10 play points. But I'm on board. It does make it awkward with the Lurching Corpse. That is kind of weird.
Yes. The Lurching Corpse makes it just a little bit awkward. However, with an Evo on the Spawn and then Belphegor into Rev... No, because the Rev would kill the Belphegor. Never mind. So yeah, actually, yeah. Can't do that.
It is a bit weird. She goes for it anyway. Madalan.
But again, there has to be a ward, right?
Madalan can't cast Troth's Curse right now. Oh, but he found a Ceres. Ugh.
If he counts
but yeah, you are right. There's
damage,
no ward to begin with. There's no ward at all. So
right.
this is just game.
Ceres heals though.
Oh right, Ceres does heal. I forget. She doesn't have to evolve.
I forgot that last time. Yeah.
That'll put 2 above. Oh my gosh. If only.
Temptress Vampire? Well, that's a good draw too.
If only.
So close.
This is so close. This is so close.
Realistically, though, this puts Baad in an insane situation. So, can actually just go face and Rev here and just put Madalan to 2 if she wants. Can really just put him to 4. And a Temptress Vampire off the top will just end the game at any point, which is a really great spot for her to be in. So I really feel like, again, just really well played mid to late game into just, I now have the setup for anything pretty much late in the game.
Emeralda onto Ceres, and then attacking without an evolve. Madalan's at 4. Okay. Still no way to kill the Lurching Corpse, though. This could just be game.
Yep.
He's got no way to do anything. You can cast Troth's Curse now, though, so that's actually fine. Just clear the board.
We'll end it, yeah. Troth's Curse is it. A new addition for the new set, yeah.
Yeah, how good that card can be on a Lurching Corpse.
One of the best ways to activate, because it will activate itself as well as kill another target.
But this could just be over. This could just be over. Baad top decks. I think she has 3. It could be 2, but I think she has 3.
Also just has a Bahamut here. Bahamut here, not the best play, but it's not bad
it's
either.
Not the best. It dies to Corpse and then also puts a bunch of zombies. Or not zombies, but skeletons on the board. So.
Yeah, Revelation is probably the play here over Bahamut. It's realistically the only play. You could Belphegor into Rev. That also works, but then... Well, actually, no. That... yeah.
Then you die to Ector.
Is there any way actually not to die to Ector here?
I don't think so. Oh gosh.
I think she's making the most heads-up play here, like trying to draw away not to die to Ektar still opens up Revelation. Was probably hoping for
She also
something like
might
a
have been
Diabolic.
looking for the last Diabolic Drain to pop one of the skeletons first, yeah.
Right. Yeah, actually, even after all of this constructed gameplay, there is still a turn here because of Prince Catacomb that allows Madalan to win with a top deck Ektar. Wow. However, again, if that Ektar isn't drawn, it just gets worse and worse every single turn for Madalan. So this is the turn.
Whoa. Baad is very scared of Victor. Okay, so that confirms that she was definitely looking for Diabolic Drain there. Banishing so many skeletons there. Leaving only 2, which with an evolve would do 8. So
Oh, okay. So actually, yeah, did find a way to not die to Ektar there. Perfect. And now Bahamut's just kind of there to clean up this game.
right, Bahamut's perfect here.
I mean, Baad making better plays than we're even seeing. Get on you, Baad.
I mean, to be fair, you're the one who said the worst play, okay?
Hey, you know what? You
fair.
can blame it all on me, Envy. I'll be the bad guy. Okay.
It's
be
okay.
the bad
I
guy
don't
here.
mind blaming it all on you. Bahamut is definitely, I don't care who you are, Bahamut's the play this turn.
Yeah,
Definitely.
absolutely. It's interesting to me, actually, to not see Grimnir or Fanged Serpent in Control Blood. They're just opting not to play these early game things / could be potentially late game plays that have ward on them. I just think it's
I honestly
interesting.
agree with no Fang Serpent. 3 play point 3/2s are just really not that great. Revelation
Right.
into Baphomet Righteous Devil? That's the... Okay, sure. Alright, that's fine.
I don't mind this. Maybe just looking for the Temptress Vampire and just saving the Bahamuts for big boards. I can't hate on the play. Saving your Bahamuts against Shadow is never wrong.
Victor was 1 card away, drawn now.
That's gotta feel bad. However, because of the play that Baad made, it would have only put Baad down to 2, and again, there's no follow-up damage. There's no Phantom Howls in Shadow anymore. You know what? I've got to say to all of you mid-Shadow players out there, play 1 Phantom Howl in your deck, please, just for me. It'll make me feel better. It'll also give you more chances to win games.
Phantom Howl is a dump of shadows that doesn't win games, alright, buddy?
Okay.
How dare you?
How dare you?
How dare you? Seen a Vaughn coming down from Madalan along with the removal spell, leaving the drain on the board, though allowing Baad to get to 10 if she wants to. Which she probably will. Hungering Horde, oh my gosh. It doesn't give lethal though, so it's not worth casting.
No, I kind of just like Hungering Horde into running into the Lurching Corpse, yeah, and then playing
That's
good
true.
old
I mean, you could have
Spawn
done that
against it.
same thing and then Revelated, but I guess you save Revelation and also set up Spawn instead. That's fine.
You could have also played Spawn of the Abyss first, just to
Oh my
for
god, that would have
maybe
been
a kill
such a
that
heads
turn.
up. People. Oh my
Yeah.
god.
So
If
probably
that
not
worked.
going to matter, but yes, if it worked, it would have ended the game on the spot.
Yeah, it doesn't. It literally doesn't matter. But that would have been so funny if that had worked.
I'm leaving.
Bad taking this one down, showing she knows how to play Control Blood. I like watching her play Control Blood. Makes better plays than I would make. Perfect. And now Baad playing Atomy yet again. We get to see more Atomy. My favorite. Let's go.
Tell us why. Tell the people at home why Atomy is your favorite. You've described it as a deck that players can bring to tournaments, and you've described it as a thing that you can beat. I don't want to quote you as saying more experienced players, but I think that's what you meant. Why do you like Atomy so much?
So I like it so much because it's just super fun to play. Like, you literally get to go through your entire deck almost every single game. You have 2 outlets to victory. Atomy itself is just one of the coolest cards. And it just has the highest power play in the game right now. I mean, turn 3 Atomy, that you can't do anything better than that.
What about
I just
turn
like
2
gross
Atomy?
stuff. I don't. Can you do turn 2 Atomy?
Yeah, my chat proved it to me. You can. Yeah.
How you do this?
It's not realistically possible in a real game.
How do you do it though? What makes
You
it
have
possible?
to play. You have to play the amulet that gives you a ghost when you use shadows, and you have to play the amulet that gives you a shadow, and then skeleton. Figure.
Oh.
So play.
Wait.
Gloaming Tombs, I think. Turn 1 gives you a shadow. Turn 2, you play whatever that other amulet's called into Skeleton Fighter, which then uses the singular shadow, which then summons a ghost, which then combines into Atomy.
Oh, okay.
It's
okay.
completely impossible. It'll never happen.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I'm not trying to go for that kind of Atomy. That's too much nonsense for me.
It's the Atomy that doesn't happen. Exactly. Yep.
But as we see, Baad with Atomy again. And Madalan not making the heads-up play of trading into the board, so that Atomy's coming down.
Yeah, I think Madalan has picked up on the fact, well, I think actually rather, Madalan hasn't picked up on the fact that Baad is just really good at drawing turn 3 Atomy.
Right.
I don't
and
think
with
she's
Staircase,
not done it
no
once.
less. Yeah.
The only bad thing here is that she's gone second every time she's done it, unfortunately.
That's true.
But to be fair,
again,
can you complain?
there's no answer.
There's turn 3 Atomy every game.
Yeah.
You're mean.
No downsides.
Popping
Double
double staircase
staircase.
at that. So yeah, drawing 7 cards next turn. 7.
I go all the way to full after making possibly the best turn 3 play.
Even milling 1 if you don't play the beast. There we go. All right.
Wow.
And this is just absolutely insane. Turn 3 Atomy on stream, the 3rd time in a row, going second every time.
Okay, so it is possible to kill the Atomy this turn with the zombie party that was just drawn if that Belenus gets the 1 damage on the Atomy. So I think that would be my first attack. Belenus into Atomy. If it hits, clear it. I feel amazing about this game, other than the fact that Baad's going to go back up to 9 cards. But
other than the fact that Baad can just do that again, she'll have 9 cards in her hand.
Right.
But as Madalan, you have to consider that he's not going to go for it. He's going to eat 10 to the dome, I'm sure of it.
Madalan not clearing on the turn 3 attack and not going for the clear of Atomy this turn. We've seen already in action what happens when you don't clear Atomy in this matchup. It doesn't feel good.
Well, to be fair, I mean, he's got transfers, so... Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, look at these options.
All of the options. Again, we've talked about Spartoy Soldier as an addition to Lord Atomy too, just a great card. Obviously, having wards in your deck is really good right now. It producing 3 shadows by itself, very good.
Mm-hmm.
I like the addition of that card.
We'll see how this turn goes, but let's talk for a split second, here. You play a lot of Atomy. You can probably tell me if this is true or not. We've grown accustomed to monthly changes in Shadowverse. Cygames likes to shake things up. If they were to shake up Staircase into an unplayable territory, does the Atomy deck die?
I don't think so, because Staircase isn't necessarily what you need to have the early Atomy. It's basically only there for consistent Deathly Tyrant at the end of the game, but you can really just change the deck around to make that work. I don't think Staircase will hurt this deck, say, as much as PDK or Midsword or things like that. I think it's much more
So I can
more
put you on record as saying that Atomy should be fine if Staircase gets it.
Yes. You can put me on record
All
for
right,
that.
chat, remember that. Make sure you all remember that Exo said that today here.
Exo said so. That's right. And to be fair, I wouldn't always recommend bringing Atomy to a tournament. As a matter of fact, we've actually talked about
it's working out
not
for
doing
Baad,
that.
so clearly, I don't know.
Right. But yes, I don't think the deck itself will be hurt that much.
All right, well, I mean, Exo said so. Zombie Party Tron's Curse available this turn. Looking pretty good to me.
Yep. This is a really great spot. Again, Baad not very close to getting to those 20 shadows, so Deathly Tyrant not able to clear out the game or close out the game on turn 6.
Baad also, unfortunately, it sounds weird to say this, unfortunately, when she drew half her deck, didn't find a second Atomy, so...
That's true. And this is one of the flaws of the Atomy deck. So after the first Atomy is dealt with, if you don't draw like a big come up after that, realistically you're just playing with mid shadow or actually old aggro shadow without any of the aggro cards to back it up. So all of your followers are just super, super tiny.
Super tiny. Very small followers.
Very small. Madalan, of
Very
course,
small.
has Thane and Ektar to back up his small followers, whereas Baad does not have those options.
Right, Madalan has an okay turn next turn if he draws one, but at the moment he has to wait a turn to do really anything impactful.
That's right. Playing a lone Skull Beast next turn is not the most optimal play for turn 6. Does have 6 shadows though, so a Death Breath would be perfect well.
I have heard that it's not the most important play. That's not terrible. It's not amazing, but it's not terrible.
That's bad. Not bad. Keeps the board clear. We'll probably play the Skull Beast to evolve and push through for a point of damage.
Yeah, okay, that's fine, I guess. Realistically, you got Aether Thane back up.
Thane most likely the play of choice. Assuming that 3/3 gets dealt with.
We are kind of getting to that moment where EXO, Baad has 15 shadows.
Yeah, it's getting close. If Baad can navigate the next few turns without actually dying, could build up enough shadows here. Has plenty of sack outlets, has Bone Chimera, has, again, Soul Conversion, Demon Eaters, aplenty. So definitely ways to generate those shadows.
Plenty of ways.
I almost
How
just
she goes
like
about this turn.
Goblin
Can she
Evolve.
actually set up Tyrant for next turn? Is that possible?
Let's see. And also being protective. So if you go Goblin Evolve into the 3/3, and then you Demon Eater it, and then you Demon Eater, and then you Soul Conversion. Okay, this works too.
Okay, I like this. Okay.
Yeah, this gives you less play points to work with, but does generate more board presence.
Okay. Whoa, it looks like Soul Conversion on Lurching Corpse even. Wow, very safe.
I like
gameplay.
it.
Okay.
I like it.
I like it also. I like it too. You don't,
And right,
unless a
18
follower is
shadows.
played. Yeah, you can do this. This is actually completely doable. Madalan can't summon anything unless it's Eekter.
Yeah,
It doesn't
this
matter,
is just
actually.
it.
It doesn't actually
This is
matter.
just
This is
it.
just game. This is
Yeah.
just game, period.
Yeah, if he doesn't
Unless-
summon anything, he loses over time.
Unless
But,
Matt Allen makes the heads up play to just not play anything, then the
Right.
game is over.
Very unintuitive. And realistically, not playing anything isn't going to get him a victory, so. I guess actually there could be a possible way if you wait a turn and you draw into a soul conversion. You know what I mean? For the Thane to get the ward out into play, but that's
If you're
too
Matt
next.
Allen, how bad does this feel? You can't play anything without giving your opponent Tyrant, and you
Right.
know they've got it. They have to have it.
And turn 7 Tyrant's pretty fast. That's pretty fast. And
Turn
bad.
seven Tyrants, that's like D-shift speed. Oh my god.
Ugh.
Is this deck the future?
Hopefully
If
not.
Bad's piloting it, yes.
Bad.
God.
Bad is on a tear, and the only person seemingly able to stop her is Essia, sending her down into losers bracket. Those were close. Those were close games. You know, arguably, if Bad had kind of navigated the lines of play a little bit differently,
Yep.
she might have been able to defeat Essia. But now doing very well in the losers end of the bracket will send